Okay. The rest of the dream, that took a long time to upload that video. Okay, so. Okay, the number 4. I'm going to start with the number 4. There were 4 roses. So 4 is reign. R-E-I-G-N. Like rule. So reign, rule over the world. Kingdom, creation, including things in heaven and on earth. World. So it's the same as Dave Heddy's and Edie Values or Velos or Ed Edie. Ed F. Velo. And the number in the scripture, they E.W. Bollinger. Okay. So the creation, the world. Okay, so the Bible verses. And God made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And the evening and the morning were the 4th day. Genesis 1:16, 18 through 19. Okay, so that's 4. That's the number 4. That's what Ira Milligan says. Okay, so number 4, what I do? Number 4. Roses. Okay, then Daily Creation World. Okay. Alright, rain. I made rain. Okay, and it said, I forgot which one said to see name. So name is 194. I done forgot already. Okay. Okay, so name. I have no idea. I forgot what was his name, but. Identity. It says that name is identity. Authority. Reputation. The name's meaning. For example, Jill means useful. A person whose name rhymes with the name in the dream. A person with the same initials. A different person with the same name or similar personality, nature, character, or reputation. The actual person in the dream. Okay, so it's saying that it could be the actual person in the dream, like Debbie Kirk. I have no idea what her married name is. I forgot if she told me. It could be reputation, it could be character, it could be nature, it could be a different person with the same name or similar personality, same name with the same initials, or authority, name's identity. Okay, so, and then it says see friend, and so we already did friend. We already read friend, and the verses for friend. Okay, so the verses are, then God said, call his name Lo Ami, Hebrew, not my people. For ye are not my people, and I will not be your God. Hosea 1:9. Okay, next verse. And they said, go to... Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Sorry, I've just been doing some research and some studying in between while these videos are uploading. Okay. And they said, "Go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, reputation. Let us be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth." Genesis 11:4. And for some reason, I have that circled already. So that must have had to do with another dream or something. So yeah. See, it's circled already. Okay. So, there's name. I forgot what that had to do. I think it might have had to do with woman or wife. I forgot because I did, because one of them said harlot, and I was like, what does a harlot have to do with anything? But then I started looking this up, and oh my god, yeah. Like, the stuff that you find, like, oh my goodness, there's like so much. There's so much. Okay. Yes, it was woman, stranger, and it said see harlot section 7 and name section 9. So I have no idea. I have no idea what this has to do with it. Yeah, just in case it has something to do with it. That's what he says. So it says see harlot. Okay, so 110. This is crazy because, like, the dream that I had with the constellations, and I haven't told you about that either, that I can remember. There's so many dreams that I forget, and then I haven't told you, and then I forget. Okay, so, alright. So I had a dream with constellations. Okay, so harlot. Seduction. The worldly church. Adultery. Fornication, temptation, snare, unclean person, stubborn. Okay, the Bible verses, I have no idea what sex has to do with this, but he says, see sex, section 9. So I have no idea what that has to do with it, because there wasn't any in the dream. So, okay. Bible verses, and upon her forehead was a name written, mystery, religion, in like block parentheses, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Revelation 17:5. Okay, next verse. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart it snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Ecclesiastes 7:26. Next verse. Therefore the showers have been withholden, and there hath been no latter rain. And thou hadst a whore's forehead, thou refusest to be ashamed. Jeremiah 3:3. So there's Jeremiah again. Okay, it just seems like Jeremiah just keeps coming out. Oh no, Jeremiah. So I think God's like Jeremiah. Okay, so I might be wrong, but just in case. Okay, so harlots. Okay. And then I forgot couch. Couch is 150. Okay, so Dave was sitting on the couch. Yeah. Okay. Couch, rest. At ease, unconcerned, lazy. In parentheses, as in couch potato. Okay, verses, his soul shall dwell at ease, and his seed shall inherit the earth. Psalm 25:13. Next verse, that lie upon beds of ivory, and stretch themselves upon their couches, and eat the lambs out of the flock, and the calves out of the midst of the stall. Amos 6:4. Amos. Okay, so there's couch. Okay, was there anything else that I wanted to say about this? Let's see. Oh yeah, I had a bunch of stuff written down. Some of it isn't biblical, but I thought that I might like just try every option that was out there just to find out. Okay, so after a while, oh, I forgot. Okay, I was supposed to look up moving van for some reason. Okay, 124. I forgot, one of them said steam moving van or something, so moving van. Okay, moving van change. A geographical move, in parentheses, natural or spiritual, i.e. moving from one house or place to another, or moving from one church to another. Well, she did that. She moved from Bible Center to God's Way. Okay, including changing denominations, relocation. So, okay. Okay, so there's moving van. Okay. Okay, and I forgot, what was the other one? Oh yeah, that's right. What is the Bible verse? I wrote it down. What did I do with it? I wrote it down. Okay. So, whenever I was praying about it this morning or yesterday, or it was recently, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I was like, it's been forever, and I have to tell him this. So, okay, so I was praying about it because I didn't want it to be like what I thought it would be, but because I knew what I thought. I know what peace means to me, but that's just my, like, no, that's just me. So I prayed about it because I didn't want to say what I thought about it, but I did look up websites and stuff like that, because we used to have a peach tree at home or back in the country, and so it reminds me of a tree. But I prayed about it, so, because I wanted to know. I was like, and I just kept asking. So, it might be right, it might be wrong, I have no idea, but, so, I was praying about it, and, okay, so, Psalm, and it was like, a tree, because the Rose of Sharon is Jesus, right? So, I think that's right. Okay, so, a tree planted by the still waters, and I couldn't remember, like, what that was, so, because I don't have, like, all the Bible verses memorized. So, okay, so, Psalm, I'm telling you, I prayed about this because I didn't want it to be what I wanted it to be. So, okay, Psalm 1:3. But if it's wrong, where's Psalms? Psalms 1:3. It's not right, it's not right. I want to say that it ain't right. goodness. Okay, Psalms. Psalms. I'll find it. What is this? Psalms. There we go. Alright, Psalms. One three. Okay. So, it says, Psalms 3, he shall be like, okay, and this is, the New King James Version. So this is the closest to the King James Version. So, I like this version, and I like all the other versions. But the King James Version is a little difficult for me to understand, because it has a lot of the these and thous and this, and like, sometimes I'm like, So, I like the New King James. It's closest to the King James. So, okay. He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that brings forth its fruit in its season, whose leaf also shall not wither, and whatever he does shall prosper. So, and that makes sense, because I was like, well, peaches, trees, peaches, and it's biblical, so it's in the Bible, so I thought, well, might be right, who knows, I have no idea, but, okay, so, I read about it, so, okay, Jeremiah 17:8, can you tell I've, like, drank, like, a lot of coffee, like, I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is a good thing, I like it, anyway, okay, 17:8, Jeremiah 17:8. Okay, that's better here sometimes, but okay, anyway. Jeremiah. If it's not whatever it biblically means to you, then you need to pray about it, but I did. I prayed about it. Okay, so 17:8. Okay. For he shall be like a tree planted by the waters, which spreads out its roots by the river, and will not fear when heat comes, but its leaf will be green, and will not be anxious in the year of drought, nor will cease from yielding fruit. So that's Jeremiah 17:8 and Psalm 1:3. Okay, so those are the biblical verses, and I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. I was like, that makes sense. Okay, so oh my goodness. Okay, my nose. Okay, so. And this is like some of like the non-biblical stuff, I think. I just went on websites because I was like, I have to find out what this means. I was like, it has to mean something. So, okay, so let's see. The peach, yellow, and pink. So yellow and pink, somebody said that it was yellow and pink together. So it was on colormeanings.com. And then I went to biblical color meanings. Let's see. One of them said it's a secondary primary color. And then one of them said, I forgot which website it was, but it says in 1 Peter 1:7, God talks about trials and purging. The trial of faith will be more precious than gold and be tried with fire. Yellow is associated with fire. It has always been associated with the purification process. Okay, and pink is a right relationship with God. Okay, and then I went to, what did I do? I forgot, but there was, it said that there was like a word, and I was like, I haven't ever heard that word before, so I went and looked it up in like the dictionary, and stuff, and it said that the peach color is modesty, humble, sincerity, innocence, purity, admiration, sympathy, and then pale peach. I wrote pale peach because that was the color of the roses. Okay, so, and then in one website it said this can be used as a wedding flower. So that's why I was like, oh, okay, well, because it was a wedding and da 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 da. So, okay, and that's, again, that's colormeanings.com, and I just typed in biblical color meanings, but I forgot which website I went to. So, that's all the information I have on that. And just because I went to, I went on YouTube and I found this really beautiful video of the Song of Solomon. I just decided, I was like, you know, for some reason I just decided to, since one of the verses was Song of Solomon, I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna read all of Song of Solomon, because it's like Song of Solomon is like romance, and it's just beautiful, and the way that they did it was just beautiful. I forgot which one it was, but okay, so I forgot why. I just felt like doing it, I guess. Okay, so the Song of Solomon, the Song of Songs, which is Solomon's, the banquet. So, the banquet, so that reminds me, the first thing that comes to my mind is like the wedding banquet, like the bridegroom and the bride, and it's the churches, and the bridegroom and the bride, and okay, so the banquet, the Shulamite, let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for your love is better than wine. Because of the fragrance of your good ointments, your name is ointment poured forth. Therefore the virgins love you. Draw me away, the daughters of Jerusalem. We will run after you. The king has brought me into his chambers. The daughters of Jerusalem. We will be glad and rejoice in you. We will remember your love more than wine. Rightly do they love you. I am dark but lovely, O daughters of Jerusalem, like the tents of Kedar, like the curtains of Solomon. Do not look upon me, because I am dark, because the sun has tanned me. My mother's sons were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyards, but my own vineyard I have not kept. To her beloved, tell me, O you whom I love, where you feed your flock, where you make it rest at noon. For why should I be as one who veils herself by the flocks of your companions? The beloved. If you do not know, O fairest among women, follow in the footsteps of the flock, and feed your little goats beside the shepherd's tents. I have compared you, my love, to my filly among Pharaoh's chariots. Your cheeks are lovely with ornaments, your neck with chains of gold. The daughters of Jerusalem. We will make you ornaments of gold with studs of silver. The Shulamite. While the king is at his table, my spikenard sends forth its fragrance. A bundle of myrrh is my beloved to me, that lies all night between my breasts. My beloved is to me a cluster of henna blooms in the vineyards of En-Gedi. The beloved. Behold, you are fair, my love. Behold, you are fair. You have dove's eyes. the Shulamite. Behold, you are handsome, my beloved. Yes, pleasant, and also our bed is green. The beams of our houses are cedar, and our rafters of fir. I am the rose of Sharon, and the lily of the valleys. The beloved, like a lily among thorns, so is my love among the daughters. The Shulamite, like an apple tree among the trees of the woods, so is my beloved among the sons. I sat down in his shade with great delight, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. The Shulamite to the daughters of Jerusalem. He brought me to the banqueting house, and his banner over me was love. Sustain me with cakes of raisins. Refresh me with apples, for I am lovesick. His left hand is under my head, and his right hand embraces me. I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, by the gazelles or by the does of the field, do not stir up nor awaken love until it pleases. The beloved's request, the Shulamite. The voice of my beloved, behold, he comes, leaping upon the mountains, skipping upon the hills. My beloved is like a gazelle or a young stag. Behold, he stands behind our wall. He is looking through the windows, gazing through the lattice. My beloved spoke and said to me, Rise up, my love, my fair one, and come away. For lo, the winter is past, and rain is over and gone. The flowers appear on earth, the time of singing has come, and the voice of the turtle dove is heard in our land. The fig tree puts forth her green figs, and the vines with the tender grapes give a good smell. Rise up, my love, my fair one, and come away. O my dove, in the clefts of the rock, in the secret places of the cliff, let me see your face. Let me hear your voice, for your voice is sweet, and your face is lovely. Her brothers, catch us, the foxes, the little foxes that spoil the vines, for our vines have tender grapes. The Shulamite, my beloved is mine, and I am his. He feeds his flock among the lilies. To her beloved, until the day breaks and the shadows flee away, turn my beloved and be like a gazelle or a young stag upon the mountains of Bether. A troubled night, the Shulamite, chapter 3. By night on my bed I sought the one I love. I sought him, but I did not find him. I will rise now, I said, and go about the city. In the streets and in the squares I will seek the one I love. I sought him, but I did not find him. The watchmen go about the city found me. I said, Have you seen the one I love? Scarcely had I passed by them when I found the one I love. I held him and would not let him go, until I had brought him to the house of my mother, and into the chamber of her who conceived me. I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, by the gazelles or by the does of the field, do not stir up nor awaken love until it pleases. The coming of Solomon the Shulamite. Who is this coming out of the wilderness, like pillars of smoke, perfumed with myrrh and frankincense, with all the merchants' fragrant powders? Behold, it is Solomon's couch, with 60 valiant men around it, of the valiant of Israel. They all hold swords, being expert in war. Every man has his sword on his thigh because of fear in the night. Of the wood of Lebanon, Solomon the king made himself a palanquin. He made its pillars of silver, its support of gold, its seat of purple, its interior paved with love, by the daughters of Jerusalem. Go forth, O daughters of Zion, and see King Solomon with the crown, with which his mother crowned him, on the day of his wedding, the day of gladness of his heart. The bridegroom praises the bride. The beloved. Chapter 4. Behold, you are fair, my love. Behold, you are fair. You have dove's eyes behind your veil. Your hair is like a flock of goats going down from Mount Gilead. Your teeth are like a flock of shorn sheep which have come up from the washing, every one of which bears twins, and none is barren among them. Your lips are like a strand of scarlet, and your mouth is lovely. Your temples behind your veil are like a piece of pomegranate. Your neck is like the Tower of David, built for an armory, on which hang 1,000 bucklers, all shields of mighty men. Your two breasts are like two fawns, twins of a gazelle, which feed among the lilies. Until the day breaks and the shadows flee away, I will go my way to the mountain of myrrh and to the hill of frankincense. You are all fair, my love, and there is no spot in you. Come with me from Lebanon, my spouse, with me from Lebanon. Look from the top of Amana, from the top of Sinir and Hermon, from the lions' dens, from the mountains of leopards. You have ravished my heart, my sister, my spouse. You have ravished my heart with one look of your eyes, with one link of your necklace. How fair is your love. My sister, my spouse, how much better than wine is your love, and the scent of your perfumes than all spices. Your lips, O my spouse, drip as the honeycomb. Honey and milk are under your tongue, and the fragrance of your garments is like the fragrance of Lebanon. A garden enclosed is my sister, my spouse, a spring shut up, a fountain sealed. Your plants are an orchard of pomegranates with pleasant fruits, fragrant henna with spikenard and saffron, calamus and cinnamon, with all trees of frankincense, myrrh, and aloes, with all the chief spices. A fountain of gardens, a well of living waters, and streams from Lebanon. The Shilamite. Awake, O north wind, and come, O south. Blow upon my garden, that its spices may flow out. Let my beloved come to his garden and eat its pleasant fruits. The beloved. Chapter 5. I have come to my garden, my sister, my spouse. I have gathered my myrrh with my spice. I have eaten my honeycomb with my honey. I have drunk my wine with my milk. How fair and how pleasant you are, O love, with your delights. The stature of yours is like a palm tree, and your breasts like its clusters. I said, I will go up to the palm tree. I will take hold of its branches. Let now your breasts be like clusters of the vine, the fragrance of your breath like apples, and the roof of your mouth like the best wine. The Shilamite. The wine goes down smoothly for my beloved, moving gently the lips of sleepers. I am my beloved's, and his desire is toward me. Come, my beloved, let us go forth to the field. Let us lodge in the villages. Let us get up early to the vineyards. Let us see if the vine has budded, whether the grape blossoms are open, and the pomegranates are in bloom. There I will give you my love. The mandrakes give off a fragrance, and at our gates are pleasant fruits, all manner, new and old, which I have laid up for you, my beloved. Chapter 8. Oh, that you were like my brother, who nursed at my mother's breasts. If I should find you outside, I would kiss you. I would not be despised. I would lead you and bring you into the house of my mother, she who used to instruct me. I would cause you to drink a spiced wine of the juice of my pomegranate. To the daughters of Jerusalem. His left hand is under my head, and his right hand embraces me. I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, do not stir up nor awaken love until it pleases. Love renewed in Lebanon. A relative. Who is this coming up from the wilderness, leaning upon her beloved? I awakened you under the apple tree. There your mother brought you forth. There she who bore you brought you forth. The Shulamite to her beloved. Set me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm. For love is as strong as death, jealousy as cruel as the grave. Its flames are flames of fire, a most vehement flame. Many waters cannot quench love, nor can the floods drown it. If a man would give for love all the wealth of his house, it would be utterly despised. The Shulamite's brothers. We have a little sister, and she has no breasts. What shall we do for our sister? In the day when she is spoken for, if she is a wall, we will build upon her a battlement of silver, and if she is a door, we will enclose her with boards of cedar. The Shulamite. I am a wall, and my breasts like towers. Then I became in his eyes as one who found peace. Solomon had a vineyard at Baal-Hamon. He leased the vineyard to keepers, everyone to bring for its fruit. To Solomon, my own vineyard is before me. You, O Solomon, may have 1,000, and those who tend its fruit 200. The beloved, you who dwell in the gardens, the companions, listen for your voice. Let me hear it. The Shulamite, make haste, my beloved, and be like a gazelle or a young stag on the mountains of spices. So there's 8 chapters in Solomon. It's funny, I was married to Dave for 8.5 years. Okay, so, loving it. Okay, so, I wish I could get this to her. So, maybe someday that I will, or maybe somebody can get it to her for me. So I'm gonna make another video, and I think it has a little more in-depth to do with the harlot and stuff. I have no idea what it has to do with it, but we shall see. So okay, so anyway, thank you for watching.